Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, guys. Hope you're well. Nights on either side as usual. Set embargo part ways through towards the end. So 10:30 on Saturday evening. Take a show of hands and come to as many as we can. That was great.
Hello, Pep. Can you describe to us what the feeling was like amongst the players after the Arsenal game the other night?
Normal as usual, nothing special. So we make a recovery training session and training, and after 2 days day off, so nothing special.
The brutal physical challenge that you've got to go through now, though, for the rest of the season, because you've got so many games. When you have a performance like that, and knowing that a lot of players have been through this before, how much confidence does that give you now for the rest of the season?
The confidence prepare the Fulham game to see what they do. They have a lot of patterns, it's clear what they do, especially because they are together from already a few years, and the good championship had done in this Premier League as well. This is the confidence we have to have. Is only I'm concerned about a lot of games is normally in this period when we are in contention with the three competitions. But of course, winning games helps to be ready, and on Sunday we have another opportunity.
Fulham have been one of the surprise packages for a lot of people, I guess, this season. They had a difficult patch recently, but started picking up wins again. What are your thoughts on the season that they've had and how tough an opposition
they're
they're
exceptional for the way they play. Of course, Mitrovic is an important player for them. He's not available for his suspension, but he's an incredible, well-organized team. And you have to be intense, aggressive, and try to attack as better as possible.
Pep, it was a bit over 3 months ago that you gave us that remarkable press conference after Spurs game, that you said you felt that everybody was a bit too comfortable, etc. Now you look everything but too comfortable. You look really, really sharp. What was the turnaround since then, you think?
I don't know. And don't think for 1 second that was the reason why that we changed. Everything is a feeling I have, and now it's completely different because, like you said, it was 3-4 months ago, and here is already weeks, I would say, more than weeks, not much more than more weeks to finish up the season. So that is the difference.
And I think before Arsenal, you mentioned there was a couple of things in your game that you wanted to see improved for the Madrid games, especially in Champions League. Did you see any development against Arsenal?
We didn't pass the ball before. Against Bayern Munich, we didn't pass enough the ball. And the game we saw in Emirates, we didn't pass the ball. And our strength point is attack quick. But before attack quick, you have to pass more the ball, use the keeper more, turn them more. And before the last games, they just started right and finished with right. Started with left and finished with left. And to attack better, especially when a team's like high pressing, like happened in Bayern Munich and Arsenal, you have to move them a little bit more. Otherwise, it's more difficult to find the right spaces and to be, after this process, to be quick and be faster.
Hi, Pep. What's the latest situation with Nathan Ake? Have you got a kind of precise idea of when he is?
It's much better. His symptoms are really good. His symptomatology feels good. It is important because at the end, the player knows his body and his reaction, but still is not training with the team.
So, I mean, it's still too far away to know whether he'll be fit for Real Madrid.
No, I think will not be longer. But still, I think it's not. But maybe tomorrow come and the doctor say he's ready to training. But I think it's not.
Can I just ask you, you've just been asked about your comments from a while ago, but you've also spoken a lot this season about Kevin De Bruyne and what makes him tick. There was a period around the World Cup where he didn't look quite right, but now he looks as good as he's ever done. Is there something that just happens, or what makes the difference there?
He's the same player like a month ago. He's the same personality, the same exceptional player. Even when I decide he doesn't play or he plays. So he's the same one, and we cannot demand on every single player during a period of 7, 8, 9, 10 years of career, and every 3 days, like they happen in this sport, and with 11 months in a row, and rest 3 weeks, and after come back again the preseason, go to Asia to do it, to be all the time enough. And sometimes sitting and not playing is good. It's not to punish, it's not to be discomfort. It's just sometimes you have to sit and realize, okay, to refresh a little bit your mind and to let him notice like what is his standards, like are so high, and 3 days you have another game opportunity and show how happy you are playing football.
Pep, if you win at Fulham, you go back to the top of the table, and you haven't been top of the table many times this season. Psychologically, for your players at this stage, with only 6 games left after that, how important is it to look at the league table and be top?
Psychology is important, but the fact that depend on us, and depends, we don't have to look anything else, that do our performance as best as possible, our games as best as possible, to win game by game by game, to be close, to arrive in the last game with the chance to be champion again. So the people start to say, and I had a feeling, it's over, and it's not over. It's over, will be over when it will be over, and it's not over. And still we have 7 games. When I saw, for example, the 15-20 minutes yesterday in Goodison Park, how aggressive they are, a part of the result, how intense and good they were. And every single game we played for special things for our opponents, for ourselves as well. And I have to do is do our game. So, and I know what happened when we play in Emirates. We won. Everyone was happy. In Barcelona, Manchester City's already catch them. Arsenal. We won Nottingham Forest and we draw. Fantastic game, but we draw. Now we won. We have to go to the Fulham, and the stadium is a special stadium with an incredible organized team, a good team. This is the point. So, and we will do our job, so we will be closer. But nothing is for granted, and I don't feel absolutely. We were happy, of course, and satisfied for the last game, for the performance we played, but that's all. The day after is okay. Rest and prepare Fulham is what you have to do. Because I know it's not 20 games left. It's 7 games, but 7 games are 7 games. It's a lot. Still had the feeling it's a lot of games, considering we have Champions League around the corner and so on.
Bearing in mind where you're at now in the season, you must have, though, tremendous trust in your players now to get the job done.
Don't misunderstand me. We were right now third in the position, 10 points behind hypothetical leader. I would trust to my players. My players I don't trust, it depends on the results. No. So my players is quite similar sometimes like all of you, like if we win and the tactics are good, and the win the decisions are bad. So the players are the same. So I have to win them every single day, seduce them every single day with the decision we make, it works, and after to win in the games. But the trust on them not depends after 7 years together about the results at all. Absolutely not. Because lose is part of the competition. And what is nice, I said, is we are there to try to do it. And of course, we are a good momentum. Everyone except Nathan, but we'll be back soon. Everybody's fit. Everyone wants to play, and the feeling is good. But we have to prove it again. So if we don't get results to Fulham, we'll be in the same position than before Arsenal. We'll be maybe in their hands, in Arsenal hands. You have to try to avoid it as much as possible.
You've been a manager 16 years now, I think, bearing in mind your time at Barcelona and Bayern. How good is this side now compared to the sides you've managed over all that time?
All the sides I have since I started my managerial career have been exceptional. There is not one team I train, even the second team from Barcelona, Munich in here. All the teams gave me that exceptional, all of them.
I think that there are 3 games, I think, before the Champions League restarts. Have you had a chance in your schedule to start watching Real Madrid's games, to start putting a plan together?
I have an idea for the fact that how many we played last season, and many sometimes during the year I saw Spanish League and AC Madrid, so I have an idea more or less, but specifically if they change something regarding last season, because it's the same manager, Carlo, and so, but still, no, it's normally I always concerned with the next game. I would not pay attention to anything else than Fulham game.
Is it quite hard, though, when that game is so big and is only a couple of weeks away?
When you are 10, 50 points behind leader, maybe. Yeah, you prioritize maybe Champions League, but now we don't have time to prioritize anything. Premier League is so nice, it's so attractive, and be champion is right now is quite similar level that you can tell me a Champions League. The people say why, because you don't have it. No, it's not true. So Premier League is a Premier League. It's 11 months. It is every 3 days, every week against everyone. So my attention is Fulham, and after will be West Ham, and after will be Leeds, 100%. And after Leeds, I have enough time, not much because it's Saturday, Tuesday, but with of course my team helps me a lot. So I have time to prepare Madrid.
Just following on from what Fred was saying earlier about the sort of change in performances and results. Last season, Fernandinho gave quite a passionate address to the squad in January time, I think, about standards. Without him at the club, has there been anyone that's stepped up and done similar this season?
Yeah, a lot of them. Important figures. Gundo, Kyle, Scott Carson. So, yeah. Ruben. I have important figures that they lead and they are there. Rodri making a step in that sense. So there are important figures that make that role, of course.
What have you got any sort of specific talks that they've had with the players that you can remember this year after any specific games?
No, normally it's about the game itself. After 6-7 years, I don't talk much with the players. Just the moment we have to talk. And sometimes when some actions, not a specific player or myself or whatever, do right, left, not in the right line, you have to do, you have to notice. You have to talk. Always for the benefit to get better. So not for to be discomfort on something. So when I see what I don't like anything about the club, when one club is flat, one club is, good or bad, no matter. That is the worst. And sometimes, after winning the past, sometimes you have to, not myself, the club itself, have to say, whoop, you have to be, the charisma had to be a charisma team, charisma club, organization. Charisma is a word like show passion, love. And this is the key point. Periods, weeks and months, sometimes, It's like a routine. Another game, yeah, it's in September, you have a lot of time. When that's happened, this is the worst. This is when you have a team alive, even he's so angry and upset when you lose, that's good, he's alive. But when he's, okay, you lose, well, I have time, we win, well, another win. Doesn't matter. That, at the end, that's why I said when this is at the end of the season, it's close, people is not flat anymore. See the holidays, see the titles there, or fighting for the titles. When that's happened, it's really good.
Yeah, hi Pep. After you beat Arsenal in February, you then went and dropped 2 points at Nottingham Forest. The game after, how sort of important is it you don't slip up again, after such a big win?
In Nottingham Forest, we had some margin. Now we don't have margin. We have 7 games, but they have 5. So it's almost really, really close. So, but maybe I put a bad example because always I demanding the performance, and the performance against Nottingham was one of the best. So we conceded 1 shot on target and we had no clear chances beyond. And we played really good. After incredible demanding game in London, come back late, and after 2 days travel to Nottingham and play there. So the team behaved incredible, but we dropped points, and of course we had to try to avoid it.
And just one more, Pep. You spoke before about finishing in the top 4 as sort of the first trophy of the season. I think you need 1 point, so you got the champagne chilled.
Yeah, it's ready there. So look, Arsenal is already in Champions League. Ask to the owners from Arsenal or CEO from Arsenal, what does it mean after 6-7 years out of the Champions League being the Champions League? So next season Arsenal will be playing the elite, in the best teams in Europe, in the incredible fashion competition and nice competition, and we'll be there. It's a success, absolutely. So, I didn't know how many points we left. I just won. I thought we are close. That is a reality, and hopefully tomorrow on Sunday, we can achieve it.
That's too before the embargo, please guys, give you one
You talk about how for 7 years and your sort of trust in your players. I'm just wondering what's the sort of pre-match routine for you in the dressing room? Is it your input sort of purely tactical, or is it motivational as well?
They have to know that they know me by my face express. I think like every one of us express a lot of things. When we win, I'm happy. When I lose, I'm more, So, but I think it's normal for every person. It's my job. I care my job, and when we are happy the day after Arsenal, or the day after Bayern Munich, or whatever, I'm a happy person. I sleep better and I prepare better. But and in that situation, I talk more with the players. When I like this, I don't want to talk because I'm concerned what they have to do. I talk with my staff, backroom staff. This is my routine, and that's all. But after 7 years, so sometimes, and I think it's good, don't see each other, don't talk each other, because we know perfectly well, don't be involved. It's good, because after, when we talk every 3 days, games, you have to be effective.
And the last time you had to give a motivational speech, when was that?
I don't give motivational speeches, so I'm not I didn't read books about motivational, these kind of things. It's what I feel about the team we're going to play, or the game we're going to play. About the game, what you see. Sometimes but I think all the managers. Sometimes the boys is more calm, sometimes more aggressive. Sometimes when I see the team a little bit, you have to lift them. Sometimes, against Arsenal, I didn't see one word. So I have to motivate against Arsenal playing for the Premier League. They know perfectly. Even the warm-up, they say the warm-up. I said to the guys, how they warm up? Always I ask, how they warm up? I said, yeah, so calm, relax. And I said, but relax in good way, in bad way? And the guys tell me, I don't know. So we'll see how we start the game. So nobody knows. And there are moments that the warm-up is a little bit flat, so I have to leave them. Sometimes, they talk a lot, they make it incredible, the passes, the shootings. It's feeling. Important is arrive at the right moment to be ready. Maybe the players, they need in that moment relax, they know exactly what they have to do, they don't need, the speeches in these kind of games. For example, against Madrid, when we're going to happen, the speeches will be, they know exactly what they are playing for. Semi-final Champions League, you don't need any words, to let them know how nice, important, and privileged to be there.
Hi Pep, you've been chasing Arsenal for so long and still are, but like you say, people are now saying...
Who, sorry?
Man City, been chasing Arsenal.
Yeah.
And you still are, but now people are saying it's over after Wednesday. Is that the challenge now, to make sure that the players kind of shut out that noise?
Yeah, I think it's what it is, yeah. I think because I know perfectly Mikel, I think the players know it, they will not give up. Because the real prize, or one of the real prizes is done, Champions League next season, and they will not give up. And when you have 10 points in front, I would say, yeah, it's almost over. But the reality today, we are 2 points behind. They say, yeah, 2 games left, but I've said it will be respectful for the teams who have to play West Ham and Brighton. We have to beat them. So after beat them, I will be agree with you. But still, we have to play. And the reality, we are behind. If today finish the championship, they are champion. So that's why but it's normal, the tendency. What we have done in the past, Arsenal long time is not there. Long time, we are making the last 15 games without defeat, 7 games in the Premier League winning games. So that's why, always I said to the players before Arsenal, what happened in the Arsenal in the last games, 3 draws, 1 defeat, can happen to us. They know it's impossible. No, my friends, can be possible. You can lose games and drop points in 1 week. And that you have to be if we are aware of that, and that will be easier for us, don't drop points.
Embargo for 10 on Saturday evening, please.